Let's get right into it. Number 10, the phantom phone buzz. Your leg's just sitting there, minding its own business, and suddenly buzz. You grab your phone, ready for a text, an email, maybe a life-changing meme, but nothing. Congratulations, you've just experienced phantom vibration syndrome, a very real, very pointless trick your brain plays on you. It happens because your nervous system is on high alert for certain sensations. If you're used to feeling your phone vibrate in your pocket, your brain sometimes gets bored and decides to pretend it did. It's like a dog bringing you an invisible ball wrong, but enthusiastic. Scientists think it's a mix of sensory misfires and psychological conditioning. Basically, you've trained yourself to expect notifications so much that your body will invent them just to keep you on edge. It's the modern version of hearing your name in a crowd, except the crowd is your own thigh. The worst part. Now you have to live with the knowledge that your nervous system is both clingy and a little needy. Number 9, your foot's sudden betrayal. You're walking perfectly fine when suddenly your ankle just folds. No trip, no rock, no excuse, just your body deciding to play guess who's the weakest link. Spoiler, it's you. This delightful glitch is usually caused by a miscommunication between your brain and the proprioceptors in your foot, those little sensors that tell you where your body is in space. If they send the wrong data or your muscles don't respond in time, gravity wins, hard. It's an evolutionary leftover from when we actually needed to balance on uneven terrain, dodge predators, and not roll an ankle on a perfectly flat hallway floor. But now our environment is so safe and smooth that our reflexes are rusty, which is why your foot chooses to collapse in front of a group of strangers instead of, in a forest where it would have been useful. Basically, it's your body's way of saying, remember when survival mattered? Yeah, me neither. Number 8, the sleep jolt. You're drifting off, warm, cozy, about to enter dreamland when bam, your whole body jerks like someone just tripped over the power cord to your soul. That's called a hypnic jerk, and it's equal parts annoying and alarming. Scientists believe this happens when your brain misinterprets muscle relaxation as falling. Your body, still running some outdated Stone Age software, thinks you're about to drop out of a tree because apparently we're all still tree sleepers in its eyes and sends an emergency signal to your muscles to grab on. It's like your body screaming, don't die, while your mind is halfway through a dream about eating a sandwich you'll now never finish, thanks to your overly dramatic nervous system. Number 7, the missing step heart attack. You're walking downstairs, brain fully confident in the number of steps left, and then boom, there's no step where you expected one. You lurch forward, your stomach drops, and for half a second you're starring in your own personal disaster movie. What actually happened? Your brain built a little motor plan based on past steps. When reality doesn't match the prediction, your inner balance system throws a tantrum, yanking your muscles into emergency mode. That gut drop feeling. It's the same primitive response you'd get from actual freefall. Back in the wild, this was useful. If you misjudged a cliff edge, that adrenaline spike might have saved your life. Now it just makes you look like a baby giraffe in front of your co-workers. Evolution's sense of humor is cruel like that. Number 6, the sudden ear muffle. 1 second, the world is normal. The next, your ear goes poof, sound cuts out. There's a faint ringing, and you feel like you just got a sneak preview of going deaf. It usually lasts a few seconds, then everything fades back to normal like nothing happened. This is called spontaneous temporary tinnitus, and scientists think it's caused by a random misfire in the auditory system, like a glitchy speaker popping. Some researchers suggest it's your brain doing a quick system reboot to clear out noise in the signal. The creepy part. A few evolutionary biologists theorize it might be an ancient predator alert response, your brain suddenly going hyper-focus on sound because something might be sneaking up on you, which means every random ear muffle is basically your body going, predator, no, okay, never mind. Number 5, that weird falling dream. Not the same as the hypnic jerk, this one happens mid-dream, when you're already asleep, you're just living your dream life, walking through a park or eating spaghetti, when suddenly you plummet off a cliff that wasn't there a second ago, you jolt awake, heart pounding, sometimes even with a gasp. This happens because your vestibular system, the bit of your inner ear that controls balance, is still active in sleep. If your brain gets some mixed up sensory signals, maybe your body shifted positions, it drops in a falling scenario to match the sensation. The result, a dream version of bungee jumping with no cord. Brought to you by the same brain that also forgets where you put your keys. It's reassuring to know your subconscious has the storytelling skills of a bad soap opera writer. Number 4, the ghost touch. You're sitting there, minding your business, when you feel it a light brush against your skin, like a finger, a strand of hair, a bug, except there's nothing there. Welcome to tactile hallucinations, the most unsettling free trial your nervous system can give you. This usually happens when nerve endings fire without a real stimulus. Sometimes it's static electricity, sometimes it's random sensory noise, and sometimes your brain just misreads a signal from a nearby muscle twitch. The creepy part is how specific it feels: soft, brief, deliberate. Evolution-wise, it might come from our need to detect crawling insects or predators brushing against us in the dark. Your ancestors may have lived because they swatted at a ghost touch that was actually a spider. Now you just end up awkwardly rubbing your arm in a meeting. Basically, your skin is running a constant "is that something" software, and the update log is 100% false alarms. Number 3, the chills without cold. You're warm, perfectly fine, and suddenly goosebumps. Maybe it's from a song, a memory, or a random emotional spike. This is frisson, a fancy French word for tiny, pointless shiver. It's caused by your brain releasing dopamine in response to something emotionally stimulating, like an unexpected chord change in music or a nostalgic smell. Back in the caveman days, this adrenaline-light response was tied to survival heightened senses, quick muscle readiness, hair standing up to make you look bigger. Now it's your body's dramatic way of saying, "Wow, this song slaps," a leftover defense mechanism that's been repurposed to react to movie soundtracks instead of saber-toothed tigers. Number 2, the sudden full body itch. Not a normal itch you can point to. This is when every nerve in your body seems to agree on a group project called "Let's ruin this moment." Usually happens when you're lying still, like in bed or during a boring meeting. This comes from your body's low-level sensory maintenance. When you're inactive, your brain has fewer urgent signals to process, so it starts noticing smaller, normally ignored sensations like fabric seams, tiny air currents, or skin dryness. It interprets these as "something's on me" and triggers the itch reflex. In short, your brain gets bored and starts pestering you with random fake alerts. It's the biological equivalent of a sibling poking you just to see what happens. Number 1, the doorway memory wipe. You walk into a room with purpose. You know you had a reason for being there, maybe to grab your keys, maybe to tell someone something important. But the second you cross the doorway, gone. Your mind is a freshly formatted hard drive. This is called the doorway effect, and it's your brain's way of organizing information by environment. Walking through a doorway acts like hitting save and close on the mental file for the previous room, then opening a blank one for the new space. Efficient, sure, but terrible for remembering why you're standing in the pantry staring at canned beans. From an evolutionary standpoint, this mental refresh made sense. Our ancestors moved between areas with different threats, resources, and tasks, so the brain needed to quickly reprioritize. In modern life, though, it just means you'll spend 5 minutes retracing your steps until you remember you came in for scissors, not snacks. Basically, your brain's a great project manager with zero patience for multitasking. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.